DVR. Now, DVR is obviously pretty simple to understand. It's going to allow you to stream, and then it'll record the video or the VOD, whatever you want to call it, and then after that you can upload it to YouTube. So you can make the archive of the video private when complete, or if you uncheck this, it'll automatically upload to your subscribers for them to watch at a later date as a VOD. So that's under the stream options. Then monetization, you can monetize it with ads. I've already shown you that. And then you can add a card just like you can. You can add an associated website, fan funding. You can do all of that directly on your stream app here within YouTube. Now, last thing I'm going to show you is you can add thumbnails just like you do here. So go to change thumbnail, add you a nice little thumbnail like I did here. And then you obviously have chat. So under chat right here, you have where you can see where people were chatting with me. We were talking about some stuff related to the game or maybe not related to the game. Either way, chat's right here. You can hit the little gear icon to enable or disable chat. You can decide whether or not you want to have chat or not. I would recommend doing that. And then if you want to say something in chat, you can just type it in here and then press enter, and then it'll obviously chat via text to all of your viewers that are watching. And then once you do start streaming and you do go live, you're going to see something here under analytics. Under analytics, you're going to see how many people are watching now and how many messages are coming in per minute. Now, don't get too caught up in this at first. Obviously, when you get started, there may be some things that you need to do differently to get more viewers or more messages or whatever it may be, so don't get too caught up in that. And then you can go here under stream health, and it says, it'll let you know the health of the stream is great, excellent, or very poor, and it'll kind of give you some options on what you can do to fix that. And the last thing you can do is share it on social media sites down here under the share tab. So that is how you set up a YouTube live stream. Remember, it is in beta. Things are going to change. I will do an updated video once it does, but as far as it goes currently in the current beta form that is in, this is how you live stream from YouTube. If you have any questions, I always try to get to the questions and help you out. Put those in the comment box below. Also, let me know this in the comment box. What do you like to stream when you stream? What's your favorite game that you like to stream? Just a little question I like to do at the end of each video. Let me know down below in the comment section below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. Don't forget to
I was involved in the construction project for Kenya's largest geothermal power complex in Olkaria. Kenya's economic growth demands steady and low-cost power, which makes the geothermal energy the key focus. Japan leads the world in geothermal power, which enables us to provide technology transfer to Kenya.
Japan has brought expertise in terms of...
Hello everybody, Chris here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to record and stream games inside of OBS for 2017. Basically from start to finish. So over here on the right, you'll see that I have The Witcher 2 opened. That's the game we're just going to be using as a test demo here. In the bottom left hand of OBS, when you open it up, you're going to see something called Scenes. That's basically each individual recording setup. So inside of a scene, you can have multiple sources, which could include basically a window that's going to have game footage. It could include images that you might be using as an overlay. It could include video capture devices, which would be like a webcam, something that a lot of YouTubers use these days. So yeah, what we're going to need to do is actually set up a scene for starters. So I'm going to create a new scene and call it Witcher 2, because we're recording The Witcher 2, obviously. You only have one source, which might just be the window, and you might have multiple, obviously, if you want to record webcams or stuff like that. But the main ones we're going to be focusing on right here today are game capture and window capture. So some games actually play a little bit differently with OBS. Not every game is actually going to be able to be captured with game capture, which is strange. But usually if game capture doesn't work, window capture will work. work, and sometimes when window capture doesn't work, game capture will work. So basically just play around, see which one actually manages to grab the game. And what I like to go for here is capture specific window rather than capture any full screen application, simply because, well, I want it to be very specific. I don't want to accidentally capture the wrong game. So in window, as an option here, if you go with capture specific window, you can choose Witcher 2 or whatever game you're trying to run. Hit OK. Kind of can discount the other settings for the most part. And that's going to add basically the footage of that game streaming right into the preview window and when you're recording into your video file. Now the process for adding a window capture is pretty much the same, and for this game, both play equally nicely with OBS. So adding a window capture, you select the window you want, Witcher 2, hit OK, and it's in our preview. Now, one of the things that we're having an issue with right here is that the resolution on our Witcher 2 game is less than the resolution of our overall preview window of our overall canvas. And that's an issue because are you really going to want all this black space in your final video? No, of course not. So how we're going to get around that is creating a new profile that has basically specific settings. They're going to be specific to this game and our specific setup. The difference between a scene is that a scene contains sources, so it's what sources you're adding to the video, but a profile is all of the settings. So we're going to create another one here, and yeah, I'm aware that I already have a profile with the same name. We'll just call it 1280 by 720 Witcher 2 New. So this is going to be a completely blank profile, and we're going to need to go into the File menu and then Settings to get everything right. So first things first, in order to get rid of all that black space, because we're recording a window that's only 1280 by 720, we also want the canvas to be that size. So in the Video tab here, we have Base Canvas Resolution. That's what we need to change, and we're going to change it to this resolution right here. So the easiest thing to do would be to copy and paste that. But to note the difference between base resolution and output resolution, if your base resolution is higher than your output resolution, it's actually going to scale down the final video before it goes out to a stream or a recorded file on your computer. So you might have your computer running at 1920 by 1080, but then you scale it down to a 720p resolution. I guess so it's less processor intensive and it's more bitrate friendly. So we'll hit apply here, and that's going to fix our resolution issue because now the canvas is 720p and the game is 720p, so it matches up.
Cool. Hi. Not connecting buttons.
He's not open. Okay, seriously. Did the wood expand or something? Something to me. Yeah,
Perfectly. But we're going to need to go to the output tab and talk a little bit about bitrate. So the higher your video resolution is, the higher your bitrate should be, because you have more pixels to take care of. So
yeah, should be faster. Yeah, I didn't just call it 4, right?
Send me one.
Ooh, who called me? Oh. You downloaded this app is what I was asking you.
OBS.
What does it do?
Mix. Blue.
I thought you were coming to paint.
I was. But this came up.
Paint a movie.
I'll nifanye next week.
Nini?
Yeah.
After you.
Let's get thirsty.
Did it work?
What? No, PSN. Kompyuta yako ndio kuna shida.
Nitumie for internet.
Nikijaribu kulogin kwa PSN ni kompyuta yako ninakataa. Unless unaweza kujaribu ideas ilikuwa extended screen.
Wait.
Hamza?
Sure.
So,
Okay. You should be okay for that.
actually I get a kitu kwanza.
So how was the media? Oh yeah, God. So busy at practice. Actually, the balls. You have to be sitting. Yes, sugar. Headphones zilisha charge?
Nilizima bado kanikusema tena kaja. Nilizima.
Kinu ulikosa vita. Ginger. You've seen what I've done there. You've seen what I've done there.
Ginger.
Sikujoka ni wewe ama alibai, lakini nimesema king. The king mwenye amerelate to it ameongea.
Spot. Wait, Miss Kufule stuff. Wait, Kinku. From trying to talk happy. Okay, follow. Anisa. Ah. Sawa. Ya stuff yako? Yani? Ya? Laptop gani? Ah, ya Chrome. Okay.
You done?
Little bit. Lala.
How was your king?
You're downstairs. Who put you?
Oh, yeah,
Did you have that?
Kinku.
generally speaking, you're going to need to put more data into your video file for it to look as good at a higher resolution. So video bitrate is often going to be limited by your streaming bandwidth. So if you want to stream online, you need to go to internet connection, pretty much period. So I can hit apply here. I won't change anything we see here, but it will affect the video quality when we record to a file or when we stream online. Alternatively, you can just come down here for recording quality and have a specific setting for recording to a file and then a different setting for the streaming bitrate. For instance, if you want to have high quality footage saved on your computer,
Low. Low.